Good evening everyone, and welcome back to Chaosville here, with your Master of Horror for the evening, lying in bed one. So, as you can see, I've been doing a little bit of decorating. So, the floor is now various forms of nether brick. I found out there's a few different types you could do virtually, most of them by virtue of railcraft. There's also a few you can do by virtue of chisel, but I don't particularly like the way that they mesh the textures. Here we have our circles, which have presently been lifted up for the decorating, marked out by the etched nether stone, showing where the heart glyph goes, and the nether blocks, showing where the rings themselves go. Very nice, looks quite good. And down here we have some glass block. I think this is dungeon glass from chisel, which is going to be highlighting where I'll eventually have a bank of the ender generators. And I'll just have I'll have a system to control it so that an ender pearl gets shot into all of them when the main storage is running low. And let's see, what else have I done up here? Just before I get to the main business, I've added this so I don't have to keep wasting teleport power coming up here. And I've got this system hooked up, using another torch here, but we have a harvester, which is feeding into a redstone furnace, which is feeding into this ender chest and this culinary generator, which is providing the harvester and the furnace with power. So this is kind of self-powering. It's wonderful that way. You can almost just about make it. There's a hardened energy cell that we just had spare down there, but it's probably not even necessary anymore. But that is feeding into this personal of me ender chest full of baked potatoes, which is now fueling my calorimetric burners, which I now have free. So the translocators are making sure these stay perfectly stocked up. There's way more supply than there is demand, so they're never short on food. I might even change a few of the other little ones around here into culinary generators on that regard. So now I don't even have to worry about feeding that at all. It just comes in, it's perfectly fine, runs entirely by itself. I can probably feed quite a few more calorimetrics before this starts to become a problem. That is, I am afraid, the end of the good news. It's probably easiest if I show you over here, I think. So, you may notice that there are things missing. So, this used to have toxic gas, this used to have natural gas, this used to have a refinery on the front, and this used to have neurotoxin in. And unfortunately, the story isn't much better if we come down to where we were setting up last time, because all the fans have gone, the exhaust is gone, not the exhaust, the vent has gone, and that is because we are no longer running Gascraft. Apparently there was a bug. This is just what I've been told, I don't know this for certain. Apparently there was a bug with the refinery in Gascraft, which was causing some massive errors, and Farum and his team, to their credit, did try basically every option available to them that they thought could do the trick, but they weren't able to find a solution. So for the time being, we have resolved to remove it from the pack until such a time as it is replaced. I have been told, in good confidence, I should hope, by Mr. Farum, our imitable blood mage, that once Gascraft returns, our supplies will be restored. But for now, all the Gascraft stuff is dead. So we're going to be leaving that alone today, and we're going to be doing a few smaller things. The first of which is, I have my biting belt, but because of the strict limitations on the potions that can go into it, it's more or less all non-splash vanilla potions, and even then only ones with an actual duration, so not things like harming and healing. I want to kind of upgrade it to this, the bark belt. And what the bark belt does is, when you are stood on top of grass, it will gradually grow pieces of bark upon your body, and those give you a piece of invulnerability. So you will take a hit, a piece of bark will fly off, and you'll take no damage. And if you're fighting on a grassy area, you can more or less guarantee you're never going to take damage. And that doesn't even damage the bark belt when that bark comes off. It only starts to take damage when you are actually being hit. Now, to do that, I have more or less everything here, but we're going to need more ent twigs. So, since we got the Brew of Flowing Spirit here, and I have a Brew of Sleeping, the Brew of Flowing Spirit is something you get by going into the Spirit World. Yes, that place where Mr. Farum sent us before. And you need to get the wispy cotton to make fanciful thread to create the Brew of Flowing Sleep, which I have a little bit of here. I have a small farm over in the Sleeping World, so we shall resume once again when I am over there, because I don't particularly want to reveal where I've left my bed, just in case. I'm not particularly worried. I have a dozen different voodoo protection puppets, but either way. So we shall resume when I am ready to go to sleep. And welcome back. So, here I have the perfect sleeping quarters. Oop. Hello there, Eliza. So behind me I have some green, greenish for some strange reason, flowing spirit. To my left and my right I have some wispy cotton, and just over my right shoulder there is, slightly paradoxically, I realise, a Dreamweaver of Nightmares. And altogether this gives me about a 10% chance of having a nightmare, which is, as near as I can tell, the absolute minimum. So let us guzzle this potion back. And hello, and welcome to the dream world. So, evidently haven't had a nightmare. That's good, because those will be annoying. I've got a few supplies running around in here, but not too much, really. Most of it's almost dead. But I have managed to work together a few things over here. So I've got an altar, I've got a spinning wheel, kettle, very basic oven, very mini tree farm. I've got some artichoke, some mandrake, some belladonna, some wheat. All of this being heavily accelerated by these time torches. Oh, and some snowbells, which are very important when you're in the spirit world, because they're the only way to get out of here short of dying. And I've got this wispy cotton farm, which grows very, very slowly, but it does grow. So that's something, at least. So I'm just going to chuck that in there. So, let's see. I need rowan saplings, bone meal, and this flux-infused axe. And my old Keeney Bewitched Edge, which doesn't seem to do much against the abomination... no, not the abominations, the nightmares in this world. But we need to go ent hunting. And the best way to do that, as near as I can figure, is to bone meal trees until you get one that's grown, and then you can use the flux-infused axe to rapidly remove it. And I'm not 100% certain if ents will actually spawn in this dimension, so this is going to be a learning experience for everyone involved, I think. So here we go. And here is a demonstration. This is it on its infused state. Well, that didn't take very long. Where is he? There he is. I see him. Whoop, he's a speedy one. Come on! Phew. One ent twig. Now, fortunately, one of the things that does carry over here is that, although you can't see it, if you look down here at my health, you can see I do have still my, the full breath of my, heart canisters, which I got by virtue of having my mob essence running, because it generates, a lot of heart containers, and I could then quite happily get, the odd bit of necrotic bone from a passing wither skeleton. Okay, so didn't get one from there, that's fine. Unfortunately, we seem to have added something to speed up the leaf decay, because otherwise this would take ages. But we are going to need today a grand total of 3 ent twigs, ideally in excess, but I think they only ever drop one, so the looting free that is on this isn't particularly useful. At least not significantly more than just having the sharpness 5 on it. Okay, there's a new one. Hey boy, hey boy. And you come. There we go, there's a good boy. So yeah, they mostly just drop saplings. I think the rowan berries I've picked up from the trees, and they also drop the end twigs, but they only ever drop one as near as I can tell. And once it wakes up, there we go. Isn't that a thing of beauty? That's not a function of this axe, I should clarify. Okay, so we just need one more for what we want to do today. And it seems to have a very distinct range limit on where it goes. It's not quite true capitation, but considering it's a completely unbreaking axe, I'm not going to complain too much. Plus, I can enchant it normally. So if I wanted to put like efficiency on it, then all the better. Doop, doop, doop. No, come on. Give me a bird. Come on, please. Fortunately, every block I break with this axe, regardless of how quick I'm doing it, does constitute a player break as far as... There he is. As far as he's concerned. Yoo-hoo. Under 100 already, and I'm not even under 50. Well, 25. There we go. Okay. Free ent twigs. That is exactly what we need. So, let's just get rid of that last piece. Pick up the errant saplings. Hop back over here. Put the stuff we care about back into here. So that is, well, I might as well take the rowan berries and the ent twigs. And now we can demonstrate using the icy needle. So, here I have an icy needle, and generally speaking, the only way you can get out of here is to die. But with the icy needle, you can choose your place in time. So, here we go. And here I am, back next to my bed. Lovely. So, now I have to go and make a mystic unguent, and we can get to work. Right. All things at readiness, both within and without the realm. I'm pretty sure that's got water in it. It should do. It's constantly got water pumping into it. So, you make the mystic unguent, which is also used, I believe, for infusing the enchanted broom, although that may have changed since I last did it. By a rowan sapling, redstone soup, an 8-minute duration strength potion, a creeper heart, demonic blood, a diamond. Fortunately, I've gotten fairly decently good at this. So there we are, mystic unguent. Now that is performed at night, which we have precious time remaining. So let's see, small, medium, there we go. Plonk that back down. So we need our ent twig and our mystic unguent, and 3000 power, which we have plenty of. So let's set that to running. And that should give us... There we are, that gives us a mystic branch. Now this gives us access to a whole ton of different effects. Among them, changing the setting the weather, so we can now undo the storms that we can cause. And it used to be that you could only find that out on the wiki, but there is now a book which requires another ent twig, so we probably won't be making that today. But then the next thing we're making is our bark belt. So let's see. So that is biting belt in the middle, brew of flowing spirit around it, ent twigs either side, emerald above, creeper heart below. Is that the wrong way around? That's proper. It's probably just because it's not repaired, so we can sort that out quickly, I should think. I believe it only takes 3 to repair this, I could be wrong. Nope, it does require the full 4 balls. I think it's the restful slippers I've got here that require the 3. Okay, right, well, that does not take much to do, thankfully, because we've got old Bessie back here, who's constantly willing to be flayed alive into a bizarre shape, but oh well. And you're inside there. Okay, that is all the leather we need from you today. Aren't you lucky? Such a productive cow. Okay, and let me just shove these back, and we need Cliff of Magic, which I think we're actually a bit low on. I need to just stick a bunch of rowan saplings in to burn. And there we go. Doop, 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 doop. And requires 1 diamond vapor, which is oil of vitriol and a diamond inside of the distillery. Why do I have 2 oil of vitriols in my inventory? That's strange. Okay. And then we can repair our biting belt to full durability. It would be nice if it just carried over the durability of the biting belt, but oh well. I mean, you can do that with the thermal expansion energy cells, so I don't see much difficulty in it. But I have actually been talking to Eminif lately, and I've discussed a few things that I maybe have a little bit of gripe with. So, for example, he has told me that the ability to change the number of witches that you summon with your seer stone for a particular ritual is on his to-do list. So eventually you will be able to retain the ability to do small shifting seasons as well as large when you have a full coven, which is good. I really wouldn't want to be denied something by virtue of upgrading. We're going a bit wonky. Okay, so there we go. So then, Creeper Heart, Ent Twigs, Emerald, and Bruise of Flowing Spirit gets us our Bark Belt, which has sadly not died. But I believe I can remedy that with a bit of cyan and dandelion yellow to get it the previous colour. There we go. So it sort of just matches, if I take off my robes, you can see this a bit better, it sort of matches my belt on my skin a bit better. So if I go and stand on the grass that we have over here, you can get a better look at this happening. And it doesn't happen very quickly. Ah, there's one. And whoop, I think that's my back. Yeah, that is. You can just see it poking out of the backpack model. And whoop, on the leg. One leg. And come on, a little bit more. There we go, that's the other leg. And it stacks up. Ooh, it stacks up based on the number of witchery armors that you're wearing. Unfortunately, the texture pack hides how many pieces I have. I may have to see about that. But once you have like full, if I was wearing a witch's hat, for example, then I would have, I think it's 8 pieces of armor. It's 2 per. And they appear as like little sticks above your character down the bottom there. But that is that basically makes me immune to more or less anything as long as I can get away within 8 hits, or 6 as our case may be. Which is perfect. It's also going to help my armor stick around quite a bit longer because I keep having to repair these things. But that is it for today. We'll have a bit of a tangle around with the Mystic Branch next time once I go and grab another Ent Twig. And apologies for the big setback with Gascraft. It is still the plan for the Huntsman. We are still going heavily against Eminif's witches with regards to spawning in the Huntsman, but it's an exploit, we knew it, we took it to a vote, and everyone agreed. More or less everyone agreed anyways. So I'm going to be doing a bit more deco around here, I think. See if I can get the place in ship shape and Bristol fashion. And, ooh, this actually has a fair bit of power in it by the looks of it. Let's grab our charge meter, because I've never seen it that active. So what did it say? It says 98% storage on our Leiden jar. Wow, that is pretty awesome. Because the Leiden jar is like the big storage for factorization. But anyways, that is it for today from the Witch, now made of the woods, and I shall catch you all next time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and or a favourite, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to be notified of future updates. You can also check out the website where most other content is uploaded. That's all for now, catch you later.